What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I hope everybody is having a wonderful week so far. For those of you guys that are new here, my name is Fet. I play the mobile game Rise of Kingdoms on Apple and Android. Have been playing for a little over a year now and love sharing information about how to grow your account faster, how to play certain events the right way to maximize rewards or do them the most efficient ways. If you guys like the game Rise of Kingdoms as much as me, and you guys like learning new ways to do things in the game itself, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I do post all sorts of content on here about how I play, how my alliance does certain events, and what I do just to kind of maximize the rewards in every event that I play, and to spend as little amount of time as possible completing the rewards. That way that we can, focus on other things like building my account, focus on KVK planning, Ark of Osiris, whatever it might be. So like I said, if you guys are trying to learn a little bit more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I will continue to put out content for you guys. Okay, so today we are talking about Stage 2. We have KVK coming, which is very, very exciting. But we're kind of in a more boring stage than we were before. So Stage 1 was Marauders, which was a lot of fun, took a ton of time. You had to be on the game almost nonstop, which was convenient that it came over a weekend for us because I was able to spend quite a bit of time doing it. Check out my previous video on Stage 1 tips and tricks and the rewards that I got from killing all the Marauders all weekend long. So this one is Stage 2. And so just to review, Eve of the Crusade is the event pre-KVK, right? So before we go into the Lost Kingdom to actually fight other kingdoms, this is Stage 2. And this one, like I said, is kind of straightforward. I don't know if boring is the right word, but it is very uneventful compared to killing Marauders. You don't really have to do a whole lot other than train. That's the only thing that you get points for. As you can see here, if you train, a T5 unit, you get 20 points. All the way down to T1, you get 1 point. T4 is 8 points. So this event is definitely weighted for T5 players. As you can see, it's a huge jump from T4 to T5. You go from 8 points per unit to 20 points per unit. As you can see, I haven't really done a whole lot of training here. So I'm 999 plus, so I'm not even ranked anymore. I was about 450th when it came to Marauders. So I did a pretty decent job in terms of, like activity and killing Marauders and stuff like that. But I haven't really trained at all. So my points are still pretty low and I'm not even ranked. And when it comes to kingdom rankings here, we are also not really pushing as a kingdom. So we're 1846. We are now in 6th place, which again, as I said in one of my other videos, we made it pretty well known that we weren't really going to push too crazy hard, especially in the training event. I mean, we did go pretty hard in the Marauders event. And I guess we'll see kind of what we're thinking for the Marauder Camps or Marauder Fortresses event, which is the next one. But we didn't really feel like training too hard on this one. We do think that the rewards are good and that, rank 1, all damage plus 3% is pretty good. But at the end of the day, we're probably going to be okay with the AP recovery or the training speed, whichever one we end up with there. And we also did make this pretty well known to everybody. Like, hey, we're probably not going to train too much. We told our allies, like, don't be worried. We're just not going to train too much. And we're not going to push as hard as we, have in the past for pre-KVK rankings. And again, the all damage plus 3% is pretty good. We just didn't really think that it was, something we were going to spend a whole lot of time and energy and money on this time around in pre-KVK. So I'm low ranked. Our kingdom is low ranked. But what we're basically doing is just getting ready to fight our butts off in KVK once that gets going. Like I said, I'll be posting all sorts of content of actual fighting that is going on while we're in the Lost Kingdom. So that'll be a lot of fun for me to post and record and show you guys kind of what's going on. We've got access to basically any commander that's out, that's available in our Kingdom Age right now. So I'll have all sorts of stuff on, what we're looking at in terms of commanders we're going to use for rallies, what we're going to use for garrisons, and kind of how that's looking, how we're going to take a pass, how we're going to hold a pass, etc., etc. But yeah, pre-KVK Stage 2 is just about training. And so I did a little bit so far. I've done 200,000 points of training so far, which as T5, it's really not a lot. That's only, 10,000 troops trained. However, one big tip that I do have here is I'm not sure if this is going to happen for everybody or if maybe I and my kingdom and my alliance just got lucky. But we've had quite a few events that have overlapped with training, which was nice. So we had this one, Ready to Attack, which was great because you get gems, you get some extra speed ups back, and I think there was a little bit of resources in there too for training. So I was able to train and double dip on this and the pre KVK, and we had this one too, the Spreading Civilization. So I was triple dipping my training in the pre KVK Stage 2 event, the Spreading Civilization, and the Ready to Attack. Now that was yesterday. I was able to triple dip and get points for all those events at once, while putting up at least a little bit of numbers and getting the rewards for Stage 2 on the Eve of the Crusade also. Now, I get to do this again today because we have this event, Overwhelming Strength, going on today. Now, unfortunately, my kingdom did not pop the training buff today, but we do have a rune that I'm grabbing, subpar, just a 7%. Couldn't find a 15 or a 10. We're going to do it with 7%, and then I can grab Duke as well. So this one's pretty big. I got to train 340,000 power in troops, but I do get, it looks like about 2,600 gems, and then I get a little refund back in terms of speed ups that I spend from the full reward and then the second to last reward as well. I get some good resources coming in as well. It's just a little icing on the cake. But again, I don't feel too bad about training on this without having the kingdom buff. Or having a really, really good rune, because I would like to put up some points for pre-KVK as well. Where is it? Oh, it's back here. And so, right now I have 2.705 million points, and I am still ranked above, 999. So I'm not really sure. I'm going to put up the full 340,000 that is on this event today and see if that moves me in ranking at all. I will stop dead on at about 340, maybe 340 and some change, but I do plan on training that much today, and then to see if I do have a rank or not. If we go check out some of these rankings, some of these people have gone nuts. You have 1860, 1877, 1851. Those top three players right there are going off, and I mean even fourth is pretty high. So I mean for the 1860 player right here, to have 74.5 million points is incredible in terms of training. That's just a ton of troops. So, they've done a lot. My score's tiny at 2.7 million, and the top. Let's see, the top 100 is 11.6. So if I train 300,000 right now. My score might be in there. I might rank something. I won't be top 100, but I'll be something. Let's check it out. So I'm going to make sure that I have the rune. Again, it's not the best rune. It's only a 7%. And then I am going to go ahead and request Duke here. And so one nice thing, I mean, again, it's not the best to train without the kingdom buff or the best rune. But one nice thing about those not being present is that there's not a huge line for Duke. And I won't have to wait forever to get it. And I won't be pressured to use it quickly when I do get it either. So right now it looks like somebody else has it. Let's see if we do have a long one. Okay, so who just took Duke? Cardona. Okay. So we'll see how long it goes. And then I'll go ahead and just speed up what I've got real quick.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so I've got Duke here. Took a little bit longer than expected. I think we passed it to a player, unfortunately, that might have gotten off. There's a lot going on because we used the science buff today, so or research speed buff. So unfortunately, I think he might have requested and then gotten off. So it took a little while. But I was just mentioning how I think I'm going to train a lot of infantry right now. I'd like to get that closer to 900,000. Archers are great, but I definitely don't need as many archers when it comes to like Arc of Osiris. So I've noticed I've been running out of infantry kind of early in Arc, so I'd like to train a bunch of that, and that's what I'm going to go for right now. So I'm just going to start here by putting those on, let those run, and then I'm going to use some small stuff to train a little bit faster here. And I'll use one more expansion probably, but I do want to save those for like an MGE or something along those lines where I need to be really, really quick and there's a bunch of people that are in line. Whereas today I don't necessarily need to, so I'm going to do some small ones. Not really going to use any of the 20Ks or anything even, probably more than the 1K buff. Let's check where my points are now. So got 178 out of 340. So I'm getting pretty close. I might use one 5K. I'll probably do that next just to get this done quick. And yeah, let's go ahead and use one of those. Let's see where that puts me at. 278. And so let's continue going on just the smaller ones. I think that'll do it. Okay, cool. So that did it. Let me let them know. Let's check the points here. Okay, so I did come above at least the 999 plus. I am at 867 now with 3.445 million points. So again, these rankings for these individuals being up there at 74.5 million is just bananas. I just took myself to 82 million, so that's nice. My count here of infantry is now 897, so very, very close. I just got all those gems that from those events. I got the one from yesterday as well, so I've got myself some extra gems now. I did use a little bit more speed ups than necessary in terms of not having the kingdom buff and not having the best rune possible, but it wasn't too shabby. And so again, yeah, like I said, guys, I don't necessarily want to call this part of pre-KVK boring, but it's definitely uneventful. We're going to have some more action in the next stage, and obviously Marauders in stage 1 is action-packed. But wanted to show you guys kind of how it works. If you want to get a bunch of points, you definitely need to have T5. It's going to be really, really difficult to win or place in this event, or even really unlock these rewards if you don't have T5. So if you are a player, you know, that's got T4, I would do anything possible, anything you can possible to get to T5 while you're in this event or coming into this event. If not, you know, T4 is okay. It's just going to take a lot more to get there in terms of getting all those points for the event. But there are ways to double dip, triple dip, so that you're getting points for the pre-KVK event and points for the other, you know, just regular Kingdom events that are going on. So If you guys have another way of doing this, if there's maybe an easier way to get the points, I don't know if anybody upgrades, from T4 to T5 or from T whatever to T4, whatever it might be. If you guys do anything like that, drop a comment below. Let me know how you guys are doing this event, if you're participating heavily in this event for training, and if there's anything maybe that I missed, let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. Like I said, just wanted to show you kind of what I was doing in this event, how the rules worked, and that it was somewhat uneventful. But don't worry, we've got plenty of action coming up. We've got the final stage of pre-KVK, which will be much more action-packed. And then, of course, KVK itself will start in just a few days' time, and we will be fighting other kingdoms in no more than a week tops. So I'm really excited to show you guys all of that footage. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it and if you learned anything new. And if you guys like this content, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, we've got some insane fighting videos coming up your way. So hit that subscribe button. I will keep it coming for you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Everybody have an awesome day.